what's a perfect way for you to be able to lose some body fat, get rid of some weight, get off a diet, let's kick that diet goodbye, and actually get some results so that you actually can feel like, hey, you know, things are actually working, I'm not starving, I'm getting some results and I'm really happy about it. I'm really excited to see what's going on. If you'd like to do that, don't go anywhere. I'm going to share with you how I actually have started to do that and what's been making a difference for me. And I want to share how that can make a difference for you too. So my name's Tiff. I'm from Reach Your Potential with Tiff. I show people how to reach their potential. So welcome to today's tip. Now, what I want to share with you is, if you've been tracking, I've been sharing lately about my weight loss journey because I think it's really important that I'm not telling you what to do. I'm actually experiencing and going through the process as well. And I wanted to make sure that I was getting some results before I go, okay, you got to do this and you got to do that and so on. Because, you know, like I do know that, but, you know, being the age I am now, 46, wish I was still 20 because, gee whiz, you know, the knowledge I've got now to what I could use for when I was 20. But anyway, life experience. The thing is, though, that turning this age and getting over that 40 mark has been a really big difference in the sense of the body's just not responding the way it used to. And, you know, you could eat what you wanted in your teens, 20s, 30s. You sort of hit that 40 mark and things start to change. The body just doesn't respond the same way. So I shared with you in a previous video what I was actually doing, what I was actually eating, that was actually adding a few extra kilos on and some body fat and watching some rolls appear around this area and how frustrating it was. And so it was time to really do something about it. And like I said, I did share with my chiro what was going on. We actually had a look at what I was eating and made some adjustments. So I did share that within a previous video. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to share with you what I've done. So we're about 4 weeks into the journey now. And what I actually decided to do at that point when I had this discussion was, you know, I knew that like 1,500 calories is always the thing that you've got to do to lose weight. And I was like, you know what, let's just have a look at that. So I tracked and have a look, you know, had a look at that online. What'll I do? 1,500 calories. Okay, so if I'm going to do 1,500 calories, that could be 3 meals at 500 calories. Well, that's not going to work for me because I like to nibble and stuff throughout the day and have a few snacks here and there. So that's quite limiting. And then I was like, oh, I could do maybe 3 400 calorie meals, but that'd only leave that I could only have 100 calories in snacks or something like that. And that wasn't going to work for me either. I was just like, nah, I don't feel like that'd get me through the day. Okay, I'd find that I'd get too hungry from that, and I didn't think that 100 calories was really going to be filling enough for me going along this journey, and then having to wait, you know, quite a few hours until I could have a meal again. So what I decided to do is I thought, all right, well, you know, everyone, you know, a lot of researchers around having the smaller meals and the 6, you know, like you'd have 6 meals throughout the day. So the 6 meals throughout the day, I thought, well, this is really good. So if I had 6 meals throughout the day at 250 calories each, I could do that. I'm sure I could do that. So that's what I started on, and I was like, okay, well, how am I going to do that? So what I did was I started to look at how many calories I was actually going to be intaking in the sense of the type of food that I was going to eat. So I had to make a decision on, okay, well, what is the food I'm going to eat? What little changes have I got to make? And that's what I started to look at. So instead of not having protein at all, I've gone back into having actually some white meat, so some chicken. So I've actually started eating a lot more chicken now, and I've just taken out the peas, and I'm not eating as many chockies, you know, not sneaking one in here, there. I am having a few. I have a day where I can just have free for all and do whatever I like, but I'm not going and grabbing, oh, gee, I'll eat that handful of chocolates and all of that, and I won't eat that handful of nuts and so on. I'll only have you know, instead of having a handful of nuts, I'll have 6 nuts. So I'll start from the beginning of what I actually do throughout the day, because I think it's really good that you know what you need to do throughout the day so that it can just make a difference for you. So you've got something to work with rather than, you know, it does become a lot of guesswork and you're trying to figure it out. So what I do is, like, when I get up early, I do a morning meditation. I get up about 4:30 and I do a morning meditation, and I also do, I write out a series of questions because I'm on a path of where I want to go. So I make sure I write down specific questions that I've got to answer each day before I actually go and train at the gym, to make sure that, you know, it sets me up for success for the day. And that's really what it's designed for, and to keep me on track for my goals. I would suggest that you do that, but you don't have to do that. We're going to just talk about the eating side. So I go to the gym, do my training, come back. So what I then do is I have some water, or a few sips of water. I have a cleanse drink as well. Like, I'll just have a few sips of a cleanse drink, and it doesn't make me run off and having to go and sit on the toilet for hours. It just helps cleanse some toxins and stuff out of my body. So I do that on a daily basis. And then I actually, instead of having a full shake, I just have half a protein shake for breakfast. So I used to have a full one. Now I just have half a protein shake. And what I find is that's pretty good, and that fills me up for probably about 2 hours or so. So we're talking that I have brekkie sort of somewhere around the 7:30 mark, somewhere around there. And then probably around 9:30, I start to get a bit hungry. And what I actually do is I actually have a couple of eggs. So I have 2 eggs. All right, 2 eggs with a tin of chicken. Okay, so I actually put a tin of chicken in there. The chicken's not, it's very low in fat. There's virtually no fat in there. There's about 50 calories there. And it's a very, very good source of protein. There's about 10 grams of protein in there. And then if you have 2 eggs, there's somewhere about 13 grams. So you're getting over that 20 gram mark of protein that you want to have each time that you're having a meal. So I tend to have like an omelette with chicken, and that's it. And that's sort of you could say my morning tea as such. But again, it doesn't go over that 250 calorie mark. Then what I then do is at lunchtime, I'll have another tin of chicken, and may stir fry it up, and I'll just have broccoli and beans with it. And that's pretty much all I do with that. I have a handful of broccoli, a handful of beans, because they're really, really low in calories. And I'll have a tin of chicken, and I may put a little bit of soy sauce in it. I actually quite like putting some cayenne pepper in it, because it really it spices it up, gives it a bit of flavour, and it also takes out that thing where if you've got a sweet tooth like I have, it actually takes that sweet tooth out. So that's really good too. And that's pretty much what I do. And I have that for lunch probably around 1:30 or so. I tend to, if I've got a chance, I'll go out actually to the gym again at lunchtime and do a workout if I've got that opportunity. Then come back and actually do that, and have some chicken with some broccoli in that. And then if I'm finding that I'm wanting a bit snacky, I want some food to eat, I'll actually just do something simple. Have an apple, have 6 almonds, and that's about it. I've got some protein chips here too, so I might suck on a few of those. I actually don't eat the whole packet. There's about 100 calories in that, but I only eat a few. And that's just to get the taste happening. I might come back, maybe an hour or two later and have a few more. I tend not to have many nuts. I probably wouldn't have any more than 12 almonds in the day these days, or else I was having a big handful at a time before, maybe, a couple of times a day. Oopsie. And then I'm really finding that I'm not really looking for food. And then at night time, I'll just do the same thing. I'll just have another tin of chicken and have some broccoli and beans, and that's pretty much my dinner. And then I'll have, half a protein shake, because it's got a nice flavour to it. It's strawberry, and it just sets me up and gives me that little dessert fix as such. And that's pretty much all I do throughout the day. It's quite a simple thing that I actually do, and I pretty much do that 5 days a week. I do have a day where I just do whatever I want, so I actually plan that in my week. Is if I want to, if we're going out somewhere, or even if we're not, I quite like to chill out on a Saturday night, so I do like to have a few sweets or something like that if I want to. Sometimes I'll have a cup of muesli with some honey on top, because that's my treat. But I don't feel guilty about doing that. I think that's a really good thing. And if we go out for dinner, I'll have dessert and so on, and I'll eat whatever. I'll have bread or whatever, pasta, whatever. I won't worry about that. That's the big thing. And then the other day that I just do a cleanse day. I do a full cleanse day. So I'll drink a full cleanse drink, and then I'll just suck on some protein chips throughout the day, just so I'm still getting some nourishment, and just to give my digestive system a rest. But it's quite easy to do, and that's pretty much all I do. So but the thing is I've been getting some results, and as if you've seen in the first video, you've already seen that I've probably lost around about 17 centimeters in about 2 weeks of actually just really tracking what's actually been going on. But I've actually been doing this for about 4 weeks, so there has been a bigger difference actually happened, but I don't know what it is because I didn't track it at the beginning. But I just wanted to share with you something really simple that you could do yourself and get some results. And but you can't just do it once, and you can't just do it for 5 days, or you've actually got to give yourself some time to do it. So I would suggest that if you started on this path, you'd want to be doing it for at least 30 days, just to see if there's a difference, and make the commitment and to do that. The biggest thing that people have is actually making a decision whether they're going to do something or not and make a difference. And my suggestion would be to make a decision, because once you've made a decision, you're setting your mind that that's what you're going to do, and it's just getting your head around that. But if you really enjoyed and found a lot of value out of what you heard today, and it's helping you make a decision about what you're going to do about your weight loss journey and so on, I'm so appreciative that that's helped you, and I'd love it if you could leave a comment down below. And always remember, aim for the stars, take massive action, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.